and welcome to the first episode of Fowl Installs, a new series as kind of based on my other life where I do tech stuff. So I figured it would be really cool to show you guys what I do when I'm doing all these like lab days, and this is the kind of stuff that I do. So today we're going to show you how to install WCW Feel the Bang, an N64 mod for No Mercy. So I got this set up already, so it's going to show you how this all works. I'm going to do a few things and then I'm going to explain how to install it all, and we've got like a music roster tool mod as well that some of you may have heard of if you've seen this game. We're going to look at that as well, but first up, let's just load up WCW Feel the Bang. And this is loading in Project 64, which is an N64 emulator, as this is an N64 game. Let's just get this started. A few times I've had to do this twice. Let's give it a quick reset. And hopefully, there you go. So it's starting up now. So I'm going to hit the start button on my controller that I've set up. Xbox One controller. You're going to see this screen now. Doesn't really make any sense, but we're going to explain it later on. And I just need to open this, which is the roster tool. You're going to see this come up and it should say offset correct. Please note that I've opened the emulator first and then done this, something I figured out through some trial and error, but it says offset correct. I can enable the music mod. We can then tick that box. You've got some other modifications as well, which we'll talk about in later videos, but then let's just make this full screen. And we'll hit start. And if I've got my sound set up, you will hear a beautiful MP3 track of a WCW intros from future games and stuff. Like, it's awesome. So it's MP3s. So I'm doing this as a live. This is a test as Fowl Installs. So let's see how it works. Now you can see that there's challenges. You can unlock Eric Bischoff if you do this with a fake sting that NWO sold out 1997. There's loads and loads of different stuff. You can get La Parker, you can unlock Eddie Guerrero, and more arenas as well. Look at that. We've got loads of extra arenas that we can kind of get as well. But let's just pick a wrestler. I'm going to be the Great Muta. And let's see the Great Muta come out. Now, cool thing about this game as well is that we have entrances. So there is the Great Muta coming out with his NWO outfit. It's awesome. I have to tell you all, you must think it's awesome. And it's World War III, and it's me, and I have to fight. And there I am, Great Muta against Chris Candido, Hollywood Hulk Hogan. There's that Glacier, and that's DDP. And as you can see, it's No Mercy, but with a WCW flavor. So I'm just gonna quit out of that now. Game over. And we will show you how to install it all. So I'm gonna quickly come out of this game and we're going to start. I'm going to give you some prerequisites, which are you need to be using a Windows machine, which is what I'm using. I'll link this in the description. If you go to nextwave64-64.online, amazing website, big shout out to them. Go to their Patreon, patreon.com/nextwave64. I will link that in the description for you guys to help them support more of this content ongoing. And they've got full game conversions from No Mercy. So we've got a few others that we're going to look at later on. You can see this is the list of all of them. There's loads. And I'm going to show you the ECW Bound by Blood one. You can see that it's very similar to Feel the Bang in the way that it's all installed and stuff. So once you've done that one, you can probably come back and do these if you want to have a little play around. But you got like Sandman in this game, Blue Meanie, Masato Tanaka, Mike Awesome, Stevie Richards, Sabu, Sandman. And then we've got some challenges in this game as well for like Raven and stuff. So that's the game. But if you go to newwave-64.online, you can go and click this link for WCW Feel the Bang, and it will take you to this thing. And once you get there, this is version 1.1. So version 1.0, quick disclaimer, if you're using version 1.0, you will lose your progress, your save game progress. So buyer beware, downloader beware. But you can see that it's got all the things that we're going to need for it. So click download now and it will take you to this MediaFire page, and it's a 1.41 gigabyte download, so it's not massive, but it's not tiny either. So I wouldn't suggest downloading this on 4G. Get this and put it on your computer. And you also need to make sure that you've installed Cheat Engine. Now, Cheat Engine is from cheatengine.org. So go get Cheat Engine. You're going to need to install that. Make sure that's installed if you want to do the music mod stuff. But I'd get it anyway, just so you can have a play around with it if you want. Once you've downloaded both of those files, I tidied up my desktop for you folks. You can go to this folder, which is where I've put all my downloads for those two things. So you can move from your downloads into here, and we've got Cheat Engine 364 and WCW Feel the Bang, and I've installed Cheat Engine already. Now there's WCW Feel the Bang. Now I found this through trial and error, but I would suggest that you install this game to a root folder on one of your partitions. So on my PC, for example, I have these partitions split over a few hard drives and internal drives. That's my SSD C drive. So I'm going to put it on my new 6 terabyte hard drive. Stupid amount of data. And there's me there. I'm going to move this over to here, copy it here. And I'm not going to make you wait. So I'm going to speed this up. So this has been copied over now, so it might take a little bit longer on your computer. It took 30 seconds on mine. What I have learned through trial and error through doing this, now this is my third take, is that you need to make sure that you don't, I repeat, do not click extract to WCW Feel the Bang. Make sure you put it in a root folder. This is what I found out, and just click extract here, because it creates its own folder. Anyway, enough tech talk. I'm gonna speed this up for you. Double success. So that took a long time. It's probably going to take a long time on a lot of people's computers. I would go get a cup of tea when you do that. Cup of tea in hand, you now have your folder extracted, and you now have everything you need to get into Feel the Bang. So from this point, you can pretty much play the game. So what's really cool is that all the folders have special icons on them. The readme before playing, I would definitely suggest going in here if you want to make sure that you've got all your settings done. But first of all, of course, big shout out to the folks over at patreon.com/nextwave64. Go and support them on Patreon. They are amazing. This whole modification is so cool, so fun. Once you've kind of done it, throw them $1 or so, it'll be awesome. And you can also go in here to use the roster tool, which we will speak about a little bit later. That's WCW Feel the Bang. We got Project 64. So what you got to do is double click it. It will open up. Now this is the bit where I was a bit stupid and didn't understand what to do, because on the other game, all of this is available to you. You're obviously not yet. So what you need to do is go into the directories, and now remember I spoke about this root folder being really, really important. Now this is why, because it's a very, very long file path. So to make your life like a million times easier, the game that was created and put up on the internet from Nextwave 64 was on a computer that had D games emulators, but that's not what I have. So Fowl just has to change that to just E. So if you put this on a root drive, your life just became a million times easier. I'm gonna speed this up. There you go, sped that up for you. So now you can see that all of the file paths have been changed except for that one, which I'll just do as I'm explaining. So as I said, if you change all of these just to E drive, it's much easier and much quicker to make sure that you've got everything correct as you need to. So it needs to be E / just 1 / and then you will have WCW Feel the Bang, which is exactly the file path that we have here, exactly the same folder structure. Let's just go back to it. You can see E, WCW File Bang, nice and simple, and just hit apply. And then click OK. So once you click OK, now if you've done that correctly, you should be able to see the control plugins, which you can't. So I forgot the cardinal rule. What you need to do is you need to make sure that obviously once you've done that, you need to switch it off and on again. IT 101. And then you just click Project 64 again. and they should, there you go. So all the plugins are in here now. So this means that you can set up your controller. As I said, I'm using an Xbox One controller. So click on Xbox One controller, and then you just make the buttons on here what the buttons you want. Now most of them are already set up, so you can use the D-pad on your Xbox One controller, and you can kind of transpose that over to the N64 controller. I'm using the left analog stick for the analog stick, and then I'm using the L1 and R1 for the right and left triggers, and then for the C buttons I'm using up, down, left and right on the right thumbstick. What I will do is I'll save the CP file that I get, and you guys can use that if you want. If you want to make it a little bit easier for you, and then it will just work when you get it out of the box. But it's always a good idea to test your buttons. So there we go, and I'm going to save that. As you can see, it's going to try and save into the last one that I did, but let's just go back to here, and this will normally automatically open in your default folder, but obviously I've already set this up before, so I'm going to call it N64 Xbox One, and then I'll link that in the description as well. You can download that if you want. Now we then just have to click OK, and again close, reopen. I've learned I have to do this, double check that the yes, remember, switch off, switch back on. Very important in IT, very important. Now, you then open the ROM, and if everything is correct, this should work. There we go, success. So, we can press start on our controller, and we come up to this screen, this scary screen, which I said we will talk about in a upcoming video. I'm going to split this video in two. It will make more sense, because if you just want to start playing, you can press start, and then there you go. Now remember, you can listen to the music now. It's a little bit different. It doesn't sound like it did at the beginning. It's a little bit more crunchy. It's the injected N64 MIDI files, but we do have MP3s at our disposal. So you can see if you go in here, there's something injected. You can change it to roster tool. We can't do that just yet, but that will be in an upcoming video. But now you can see that I'm using my Xbox One controller, and we'll just start up. There you go, singles match for the United States title, and I will be Sting. Now if we set it all up, we'll get the entrances, and it's Sting versus Goldberg, Great American Bash. Let's see it load up. You have to press Z for the entrances, but here we go. There he is, the man called Sting. And Goldberg, there he is, Goldberg. And I'll just show you that it's all working all right. Using the D-pad to move around. Goldberg, don't know why, snapmare takedown. Yeah, so I'm trying to get good at No Mercy, which you'll be able to see in Fowl plays in future videos. But for now, I'm gonna quit. We'll have a draw. And that's how you set it up. So I want to show you in full screen. Some issues with like texture mapping. This is awesome, and I'm gonna leave you with this. We're gonna do some more videos on this, and hopefully they won't be as terrible as this one. But part 2, we're going to be talking about the roster injected music tool, so stick around for that. That'll be on the next video. If you like this, throw it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like this. This is slightly different to what I normally do, and I thought I'd try it. So this has been Fowl Original. Thanks for listening, and interface with you next time. Bye bye.